Small photo shop in Bareilly just for a scholarship program for Australia where I wanted to apply. And the photographer was like, oh, you know, you're really pretty. Can I take some more pictures? And for a 16-year-old girl, you know, your vanity is peaked at that point. I was like, sure, of course. I will allow it. Soft focus pictures with my hand on my chin like that, like disaster. Anyway, those pictures were sent in by my mother to Miss India. For some reason, they picked me. I won that pageant, then I won Miss World. I was still just 18. Movie offers from Indian movies started coming my way. I didn't know what to do, but my dad and I had a chat, and my father told me that, you know, I never want you to have a what if in your life. You're 18 years old, give it a shot for a year and a half. If you're terrible, you can always go back to college. You'll know you can't act. And if you're not, then you'll know that you found your calling. So the Indian media loves to point out sometimes models can't act, how many models have been actors, and beauty queens, how many beauty queens have been actors. We get thrown that all the time. But to me, I think it's a very organic process and it's very individual. The first opportunity for your first or second film, or maybe even a third one, will come to you because you're a famous beauty queen, or you're the son and daughter of someone, or you're recommended by someone. But the audience is too intelligent today. They always have been. They know who they want to watch. It's called that's why it's called an X Factor. You don't have to be the prettiest girl in the room. You don't have to be the most talented. People just want to watch people sometimes, and that's what happened to me. Who decides if a beauty pageant is feminist or not? That's my decision as someone being a part of the beauty pageant. And for me, it was amazing. It gave me wings. It gave me the ability to stand on my own feet and find a career. So as a feminist, an extremely proud feminist, I'm really glad that that was a stepping stone in my own decision. So when people always have this argument about beauty pageants versus, oh my God, that has nothing to do with feminism, that's exactly what feminism stands for. Let a woman do what she wants without judging her. Stop telling her what to do. Stop telling her how to be. Let her be. Thank you. Social media is the empowerment that you get. So when somebody comes together and says hashtag time's up, or when you talk about the Me Too movement, and you see how it sort of brought the globe together, and it brought young people all over the world, different races, different colors, different religions, together on social media talking about basically time's up. To me is we're not going to stay silent anymore. Whatever it is, whichever country it is, whatever the problem is, you're not going to be able to tell someone to to not speak up against something that's happening to them, whether that's not the lack of education or not having the rights to be able to live life the way you want, whether it's being violated sexually, emotionally, physically. However, time's up. You're not going to be able to silence our voices anymore because we stand by each other, and that is such a powerful thing to have happened. And that's happened with this generation, which is wonderful. I don't think so. I think your roots define who you are. You can never, you can if you decide to, but you can never erase where you came from or where you were born. I'm proudly Indian. Wherever I go, I am as desi as it can get. But that doesn't necessarily, especially because my achar travels with me wherever in the world I go. But I'm as desi as it gets, but that doesn't mean I'm not concerned or aware about what's happening in the world. That doesn't mean that if I'm living in India or if I'm living in America, I won't be concerned about what's happening in Europe or what's happening in Sierra Leone or what's happening in Jordan. You know, I am a global citizen because the world matters to me. And when I talk about everyone becoming a global citizen, the privileged lot of us sitting in this room, educators, influencers, people who have the ability to have a roof on their heads, make decisions for ourselves. Everybody in the world today is trying to work really hard to make sure that their kids have a great future, that they can do the best that they can for their families. And I think a global citizen is someone who's aware of their privilege and understands that no matter where in the world I go, there will be someone who will be lesser off than me. So it makes it your responsibility.